The world cannot survive without important pollinators like bees, butterflies, and other insects. Lynn Jacobs from the Environment Office explains the elements to the expansion of the Community Pollinator Garden on Kateri Tekakwitha Island.
We are expanding the pollinator garden. A couple years ago we established this little garden here. It's taken a few years to become fully established, but now you can see in the background that there are some beautiful plants that are starting to bloom and attract pollinators. Pollinators are becoming more and more rare in our community because, and everywhere actually, because the habitats that they like, the field, the meadows, wildflower habitats are becoming more and more rare. So what we're trying to do here is to improve the habitat, but at the same time beautify the island. So we are we're scraping some of the top layer. It only goes down a couple inches, and then it's just this hard rocky fill that came from the bottom of the seaway when it was constructed. So it's very inhospitable for anything to really grow on it. And so we're removing the top seed bank and we're replacing it with some really good quality nursery soil that we're going to be seeding, sowing with wildflowers, a variety of wildflowers that are native to our area, including the milkweed plant, which attracts the monarch butterfly, which is a species at risk. It's going to take a couple years to develop, to establish. We have to maintain the garden for a few years, making sure that it has enough water, cutting it back now and again. And maybe some of the plants will bloom this year, but it's possible that a lot of them will only start blooming in the next season, next year. The students are also planting some trees all around the pollinator garden site to kind of frame it and just add to the diversity and the habitat of the area. So they're planting some white pine, yellow birch, and red oak all around the outside perimeter of where we want to eventually expand the garden to. It's common that people would, walk through different parts of the island or drive ATVs or even cars through different parts of the island. So what we're asking is that the community not drive in this particular area, because it is going to take a couple of years to establish, and if there are vehicles driving over it or even people walking over it, is going to compact it, and it'll reduce the chances of the pollinator habitat becoming established. So as you can see in the background, the excavator is making some mounds. So the goal there is that we want to create some microclimates, which means that little tiny habitats that have different characteristics where different types of animals would be attracted to, or different plants. So by creating some relief on the island, it helps to add to the biodiversity of the island. And also at the same time, we flagged, behind me you can see that we flagged a nest. There's a killdeer nest on the ground here, so we're trying to protect whatever natural features are already here. She's getting kind of upset with us, but we're going to be done around her in a few minutes, and we're going to be leaving her alone.